right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the bullpen real quick because we do have our special guest ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and bring them up on the screen. Welcome into the show, Mr. Bob Levy. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good. How about you?
We are doing fantastic, and it is honestly an honor to have you on here. Once you have your book, it's if you guys don't know, you're the author of the book of it is Putting by the Numbers. Explain to the people what you got going on, man. I know you're big into golf. We're trying to get into golf ourselves, so why don't you go and explain yourself?
Well, I didn't start playing golf until I retired the first time in 1996. So I was 52 years old when I started playing golf, and you can see I'm a bit older than that now. But yeah, golf is a great game, and I made a mistake by not taking the game up earlier in life because it's a great game, and it's an honorable game, and it's a game that you play against yourself, and it's a great game for people in business because you can find out what kind of people you're dealing with when you play golf with them, and so. But long and short, I retired in '96 the first time, and I went up to Maggie Valley, North Carolina, to PGA school, and took a series of 4 or 5 days of lessons, and that got me into the game, learning the various strokes from the tee box, the fairway, the bunkers, and all that kind of stuff. And I took the game pretty well. I'm naturally a pretty decent athlete through the years. And the one thing that was a shortcoming of my whole effort was I couldn't putt accurately from long distances. And so I'd get on the green or I'd get close to the green, and I'd get my putter out, and I'd baby it or I'd muscle it up, and either hit the ball too far or too short. I'd end up 3 or 4 putting, and you do that too many times, it really screws up your score. So I was playing the rest of the game to be able to play in the 80s, but because I was putting 40 to 44 putts around because of my poor long distance putting, I said, man, I got to figure out a way to deal with this problem. And so I'm an engineer, and I thought, well, I ought to be able to figure an engineering way out of
Yeah.
this problem. And that's what I did. I was watching, if you watch the PGA golf on TV, you see that they always use the stimp meter as the speed of the greens. Okay.
Mhm.
And I got it. Well, if you take a tube with a notch in it and you roll 3 balls down it, they travel a certain distance, and you assign a arbitrary number to the speed of the green. That does tell you qualitatively how fast the green is. So if the number is high, 12 or 13, it's fast. If it's 7 or 8, it's slow, that sort of thing. So I got to thinking about that, and I said, well, that's a qualitative way of doing that, but I'm an engineer. I can figure out a quantitative way of making this work. So I got to thinking, well, hitting a golf ball on a green or a fringe or a fairway or a first cut of rough is a forced friction action. Okay. In other words, that ball has to roll on a surface that's frictional, and the green, the fringe, the fairway, and first cut of rough are different frictional surfaces. So if you take your putter back 3 inches and you hit the ball on the green, it's going to travel a lot further than if it's on the fairway. And so with that thought in mind, I started trying to figure out, okay, well, if I establish the right ability to swing through the ball, and that's where I developed the term individual power factor. Everybody has a natural pendulum action in their swing when they rock their shoulders when they're using their putter. And if you just use your normal swing, don't try to baby it and don't try to muscle up. Just swing like a pendulum and do it with your natural and individual power factor. That was the first key thing. I said, okay, so now if I'm going to do that, then I have to adjust the distance I pull the putter back from the ball before I strike through the ball. And that's how I developed the method. I've got a engineer's scale and a ruler, and I started
Jeez.
retracting the ball. And one of the things you got to do in learning this method, you got to be able to visualize increments of inches, particularly if you're English in the United States. If you're in Europe, you can do centimeters, but you got to be able to visualize these distances so that if you put, you got to be able to say, okay, I'm pulling my putter back 6 inches. I'm going to hit through the ball with my individual power factor. It's going to travel a certain distance. So I can play any golf course today, anywhere in the world, and play it as if it was my home course because of this putting method. I'm going to say I can play any course in the world putting as if it's my home course because this putting method really, it's linear, it's reproducible, and it works. And I last year I averaged 30.5 putts per round, and my handicap 7, and it has done wonders for me. Um, and I wrote the book after taking notes for 25 years from 1996. I kept taking notes and putting them in my golf bag. And when I'd get home, I'd bring them, put them in my office here. And I had a friend, we played R.T. Jones Trail in Opelika, Alabama. And I had a friend of mine, I was on the Senators course there, and I was on a three-tier green, 93 feet away from the cup. Okay. And I stepped the distance off and used my method, and I putted the ball, and the ball went down first tier, second tier, third tier, and went in the hole. And I was playing with friend Mike Beck, and he said, I said, well, I was pretty lucky. When he said, no, he said, oh, I saw you. That wasn't lucky. You measured that thing off, and I saw you strike that ball. He said, you need to write a book. And I laughed, and of course, 25 years later, I did. I wrote the book, but it took a lot of.
That's amazing.
I had to make sure before I put anything in print that it was truly accurate and it would work for everybody. And through the years, I've played with a lot of competitors, a lot of friends, and I've had several of my friends pick up my method, use it, and improve their game. Matter of fact, I have a good friend of mine who's the chief anesthesiologist at Cleveland Clinic. Doug is in his late 70s now, but he's a member of Portage Country Club in Akron, Ohio. And this year, he won not only the men's senior championship, he won the men's regular championship too. Nice. And he uses my method of putting. So that
wow. That's I need to get on that actually because that's one of the weakest parts of the game right now.
Is it on Amazon?
Oh yeah, yeah. The book is on Amazon, and you can buy it on my website, puttingbythenumbers.com, or my boblabbe.com. But it is here's the deal. Actually, you can look at. I've got 2 videos attached, 2 tutorials to attach to the book. You don't even have to buy the book. You just look. You can look at the tutorials and see what I show you on film. Exactly what I do. Okay. And if you like what you see, then for a few bucks you can buy my book, and then you'll know all the details. But I tell people, look, I think this is applicable to maybe 80 or 90% of the people that play golf. If you can do arithmetic in your head without any problems, you can do this because it's not complicated. But if you take my book and then practice my method 3 days a week for 30 minutes for 6 weeks, you'll know at the end of the 6 weeks if this method's for you. And like I say, I was putting between 40 and 44 putts per round, and now I'm putting 30.5 putts per round. And
I'm doing about 40 putts per hole, so I think I could use all the help I can get right now.
Yeah. Well, I understand, and it's amazing. You would think, I watch the guys on the Sunday playing PGA golf, and they're all so fantastic about everything they do. this is the closest thing that Bryson DeChambeau's is close to any one of the guys to what I do, because he's a physics major and he thinks quantitatively. But, those guys are so good, they don't need to be as quantitative as I am to get the job done. But if I play 3 days a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and then I don't practice anymore in between times. So you have to play a lot of golf to be really good. As if you guys play golf, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I'm probably on I think maybe my 6th or 7th time trying or something like that. But I'm loving the sport. I'm trying to get into it. I just bought my first driver for the first time, so I'm learning. This was like a 2 weeks ago process or so, something like that. But
yeah, the new technology. My wife, we both play golf, and she's had 2 hole-in-ones, but I haven't had any yet. I'm still
naturally.
But she told me a couple years ago, she said, "Why don't you go buy a set of new clubs?" I was using Ping Zing red, black dots and blue dots, and have used them for 25 years. And she said, "You need to go buy a new set of clubs." I said, "Honey," I said, "it's not about the clubs, it's about the club E." She said, "That's not true. There's new technology out there." And so she taught me, and I went Christmas 2 years ago. I went and got a new set of clubs. And I'm telling you, I got a lesson taught me, because I was hitting my 7-iron Ping Zing. Of course, I'm 81 years old, so I don't hit the ball as far as I used to. But I was hitting my 7-iron Ping Zing 125, 130 yards. Now I got a whole new set of Callaways. I'm hitting my 7-iron with the new technology 145 to 150. Every one of my clubs is at least 20 yards longer than my previous Ping Zings. And so I have stepped up my game with technology.
There we go.
Yeah.
You have to sometimes, man.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't recommend this method any more than I believe in it. I know it works. And everybody, all my friends, I even have a guy that plays with me Monday, Thursday, and Friday that has adopted my method, and he's become quite a good putter now. So the book, I think you can buy it on Amazon somewhere between $5 and $10. I don't know what they're selling it for. They got sales and all, but you can't do anything in golf for less than $10 and not have to do anything else. So
100%.
It's a heck of a deal. It's a heck of a deal. Okay. So it's worth a try.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Mr. Bob, we're going to go ahead and let you go on this one. We got another guest coming on here, but if you don't mind, we maybe check in every other week or so, something like that, get some more advice on how to get a little bit better in the golf game. What do you think?
Yep. That sounds good to me.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you very much. For those out there right now, it's on the screen, Putting by the Numbers, Mr. Bob Levy. We really appreciate you coming on the show, man, and we will have you very soon, man. Appreciate it. We'll try to get some more questions for you from some of the fans out there as well, man.
Okay, well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on, man.
Bob.